Hi, this is Patrick, and in this video I'll show you a simple and powerful practice that can help you let go of physical, mental, and emotional stress. We're going to be lying down on our belly in a prone posture, doing some slow, steady breathing, some slow, repetitive movements, and some vocal toning. And by vocal toning, I mean making a sound like ah. This is a magic formula for getting into our bodies where we may find some relief from repetitive or worrisome thoughts. This practice stimulates the vagus nerve. This is a long branching nerve system that runs from the brainstem through parts of the mouth and tongue, through the throat, around the vocal cords, around the heart and many of the other visceral organs, through the gut and all the way to the end of the colon. So the vagus nerve is one of the body's main parasympathetic nerve systems. The parasympathetic nerve system balances out the fight, flight, or freeze reaction of the sympathetic nervous system. So, in other words, when we're doing these practices, we're really activating the relaxation response throughout the brain and body. And I think this vagus nerve stimulation is one of the reasons why we humans love singing and chanting and even humming and gargling so much. It's not only for the aesthetic pleasure or the artistic pleasure of those activities, but it's also because we get immense physiological pleasure and a real sense of well-being from those activities. Another benefit of this practice is that it puts gentle pressure on the abdominal organs, which can help with digestion and releasing abdominal gas, and again, stimulating the vagus nerve, giving us a sense of well-being. Also, when we lie on the belly and practice breathing in and out, we gently massage the muscles of the back. And finally, lying down on the floor, getting down to the floor, it can be really grounding and sort of integrating. It can really give us a sense of kind of coming home to ourself. So I recommend that you get a yoga mat if you don't already have one. You can purchase one of these online for around $10, and they are an excellent investment and thing to have in your life because they're kind of like a portable sacred space that you can roll out when you want to really tune into your body and connect with yourself and let go of a bunch of stuff you don't need. So if you don't have a yoga mat, you can just take a couple of blankets and fold them over. All right, so we're going to do this practice in 5 parts, and each part consists of 5 steady breaths like this, and 5 toning breaths like this. So when you're doing the breathing, you may want to match the length of my breath, or you may want to have a shorter breath, or even a longer breath if that's more comfortable for you. When you're doing the vocal toning, you may want to match my vocal pitch, like ah, or you may want to make a higher tone, like ah. Anything's okay. All right, so let's come down to lie on the belly. You can bend your elbows and place one hand on top of the other with the palms facing down. Then you're going to place your forehead on the back of your wrist or the back of your hand, and you can move your forehead and your hands around to find the most comfortable position for you. Now, feeling into your body and just noticing whatever kind of body sensations are there throughout the body. And now you can tune into your breathing and feel where in the body do you notice the sensation of breathing. You may be aware of a sense of expansion or filling or lifting as you breathe in. And you may feel a sense of contraction or relaxing, letting go, or falling as you breathe out. You may feel a stretching of the muscles between the shoulder blades as you breathe in, and a contraction of those muscles as you breathe out. You may feel the intercostal muscles expanding, the muscles between the ribs stretching out a little bit as you breathe in. And feel those muscles between the ribs relaxing as you breathe out. All right, and now let's take those 5 steady breaths as we're lying down here with our forehead resting on our wrist or hand. So breathing in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, and out. Now let's do the 5 vocal toning. Here we go. Breathing in, out, ah, in, out, ah, in, out, ah, in, out, ah, in, out, ah. Okay, part 2 is called breathe and lift. And in this one, as we breathe in, we're going to lift our forehead away from our hand. And as we breathe out, we're going to lower our forehead back down to our hand. And we'll do 5 breathe and lift like this. So breathing in, lift your head. Out, down. In, lift. Out, down. In, lift. Out, down. In, lift. Out, down. In, lift. Out, down. Okay, now let's add in the vocal toning to this breathe and lift. So as you breathe in, you're going to lift the head. As you breathe out, you're going to make this vocal sound, ah. And we'll do this 5 times. So here we go. Lift. Ah. Lift. Ah. Lift. Ah. Lift. Ah. Lift. Ah. Okay, in part 3, you can take your arms back alongside the hips with the palms facing up, and you can rest your chin or perhaps even your forehead on the floor. Then we're going to do 5 breathe and lift. So as you breathe in, you're going to lift your head and chest up, keeping your arms down. And as you breathe out, you're going to lower your head down. So let's do 5 of these. Here we go. Breathe in, lift. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. And next, let's incorporate the toning as we breathe out. So let's do 5 of these. Here we go. Breathing in, lift. Out. Ah. In. Out. Ah. In. Out. Ah. In. Out. Ah. In. Out. Ah. Okay, part 4. So in this one, we're going to lift the chest, head, and right leg simultaneously. Then we're going to lower those down together. Then we're going to lift the chest, head, and left leg simultaneously and lower those down together. And we'll just keep alternating left and right leg. So one important point is to keep the hip bone down on the floor when you lift the leg. So do not lift your hip bone. Keep your hip bone down and just lift the leg. And also, it doesn't matter how high you lift the leg. You might only lift 1 or 2 centimeters, or you might lift 10 centimeters. It's all the same. Okay, so we'll do 5 breathe and lift with just the chest, head, and leg, left or right, and then we'll switch to adding the vocal toning as we alternate legs. Okay, so here we go. Let's lift the chest, head, and right leg up, out, down, left leg and head, chest, up, out, down, right side, inhale, up, out, down, left leg up, out, down, right leg up, out, down. Now we'll mix in the vocal toning as we breathe out. So left leg up, breathing in, ah, down. Right leg up, ah, down. Left leg, ah, right leg, ah, left leg, ah. Okay, part 5. So you're going to place your hands on the floor underneath the shoulders with the palms facing down. And then you're going to gently press yourself up into a child's pose. And you can find the most comfortable position for your arms. Maybe you have your head resting on your hands. Maybe you have the arms stretching forward, or maybe back with your forehead on the floor. So just finding your most comfortable position for a child's pose. Now we're going to do the same 5 slow, steady breaths. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and now let's incorporate the toning. Here we go. Ah, 2. Ah, 3. Ah, 4. Ah, 5. And if you like, you can come back to lying on your belly with your arms bent and your forehead resting on the back of your hands. Okay, so how do you feel having spent some time with a few of these practices? And which of these could you build into your daily routine? If you can get down on a mat for a couple of minutes each day and do some of these breathing and moving and vocal toning exercises, over the weeks and months, you'll be building a very reliable and robust reserve of coping skills and training yourself to produce the relaxation response by choice. So please leave your comments and questions below and subscribe to this channel for more healthy and powerful stress reduction. See you next time.